right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Flow with Marsha. Thick hair, thin waist, the ultimate TNT with co host Simone. Let me just start by saying how much I miss being with them last week.
Yeah,
I
it was
really
weird.
did miss being with you guys last week, but thank you for tuning in tonight. We are so excited. I am your host, Marsha, and this is my co host, Simone. And we are excited as always to be with you today to share these awesome products with you. We talked about it before. Dr. Malika Murphy, who just celebrated a birthday. Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
Dr. Murphy. Created these awesome products, and they have been changing lives. People who had no hope for hair growth now have hope for hair growth. People who thought their hair would never grow back, would never grow longer, would never grow thicker, would never grow stronger,
Hmm.
now have testimonies of how these products have been a blessing to them. And so we are excited today. Today, we want to talk about an autoimmune disorder. And an autoimmune disorder is an illness that occurs when the body tissues are attacked by its own immune system. And so the disorder that we want to talk about today is alopecia. And so if you know anybody who has alopecia, know anybody who is suffering with alopecia, you want to make sure you tell them to tune in to our show today, because today that is what we're going to be talking about. We want to help somebody who feels helpless and give hope to somebody who feels hopeless,
Hmm.
somebody who has low self esteem as a result of hair loss, people who just think there's nothing that they can do. We want you to know that that is not true, that there is something that you can do about your hair loss. And even though there is no cure for alopecia, it is treatable. And we have a product that will definitely treat your alopecia and that will grow hair on your head and anywhere else that you've lost hair. So, what I'm going to do today is Simone suffers with alopecia. So today she's going to lead our discussion. She's going to talk to us about what alopecia is, what causes it, and what we can do to treat it. How our products will successfully. Let me just add that our
Hmm.
products will successfully treat your alopecia. And this is not something that she's just telling you because we read it or we heard it, but this is something that she personally experiences, something that she goes through, and she's a living testimony of how these products can definitely help you if you are suffering with any type of hair loss, but today especially alopecia. So we're going to turn it right on over to you and you can get us started.
Okay, now I just want to first say that what alopecia is just simply hair loss.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our hair grows in four cycles.
Mm-hmm.
There's four cycles. There's the active cycle where it's growing. There is a short transition where it will then rest. And then there is a phase of where it will then, it is called the end of the resting phase. It then falls out. Now, on an average, there's about 40 strands of hair that you're going to lose daily. This
Mm-hmm.
is a cycle that comes and goes. Each hair is individually. Some may be active, some may be resting, some may be at the end of the resting stage, and they would then fall out. When you're suffering from a type of alopecia, that means more than the 40 strands that you lose a day is coming out. So
Wow.
it's probably about 100 a day. So that's why some alopecia, um, it's a slower process.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the causes, there are several different causes to alopecia, and one of the main causes of alopecia is an autoimmune disorder,
Mm-hmm.
and that alopecia is called alopecia areata.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where, now the immune system, as Pastor M has said, is where the body the body kind of goes into seek and attack mode when it comes to any type of antibodies that it finds in our
Mm-hmm.
system. An
Mm-hmm.
autoimmune um, disorder will cause the body to attack itself and its tissue.
Mm-hmm.
And with alopecia areata, it attacks the hair follicles. So you may lose hair either in a patch or you may lose gradually all of your hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you lose it everywhere. You can lose your eyebrows, the hair under your arms, pubes,
Everywhere.
everywhere. Now, it usually happens to people who are 20 years old or less. And
Mm-hmm.
the autoimmune disorder is basically genetic. So you may see people in your family that have suffered from this type of alopecia.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, the hair grows back, and in some, it does not. It's an individual thing.
Right.
So that's where you really have to contact your doctor, let them examine you, and let them just see how your process is going. In some cases, when your hair does come back, it comes back finer
Mm-hmm.
and in a different texture.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's see. There's another type of hair loss, another type of alopecia, which they call male pattern baldness. But there's also a female pattern baldness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the female pattern baldness is based on genetics and hormones. Now, you heard they said that if there's baldness on your mother's side, if you're a man, you're gonna bald, you're going to lose your hair.
Right.
Now, with men, you tend to lose a majority of the hair
Right.
in this area.
Mm-hmm.
With women, we won't lose all of our hair. We will just have thinning hair, mostly in this
Mm-hmm.
area here. And there's also different medical conditions
Right.
that can cause an alopecia. And it could be either hyperthyroid condition, hypothyroid condition, which
Mm-hmm.
is a slow moving thyroid,
Right.
lupus,
Mm-hmm.
iron deficiency. Did you know a vitamin D deficiency
Yes.
can cause
Yes.
you hair
Mm-hmm.
loss as well? You can also, there's certain drugs that will cause hair loss. That's chemotherapy, as we all know about.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have been showing cases where chemotherapy patients, after the treatments were over, their hair would come back. Now they're using a type of chemotherapy drug which is causing hair not to come back.
Wow.
So now they're giving you a choice. You can either use this really strong drug or another alternative way so that you don't lose your hair.
Mm-hmm.
High blood pressure medication can cause you to lose your hair, diabetes,
Wow.
heart disease medication
Mm-hmm.
as well. Now, also, you can lose your hair if your hair follicle becomes infected.
Wow.
Now, there is a condition called folliculitis, and that's a bacterial infection that it affects the hair follicle, and you will get breakouts,
Mm.
like irritation, little bumps, and
Mm-hmm.
your hair is very sensitive. If you touch the bump, it will just burst.
Wow.
They call them pusculus or pusculus.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is after that burst, the hair follicle develops a scar tissue. That's where the scarring comes in.
Wow.
So the hair follicle is scarred,
Mm-hmm.
and then it stops. That's how the hair stops.
Stops growing.
Yeah, and they
Mm-hmm.
say that it will take a very long time, or it cannot. In some cases, it cannot come back. And then this is one of the most popular, not popular, but most
Common.
common
Mm-hmm.
hair type of alopecia is trauma alopecia.
Wow.
When people wear their hair like yours all the
Mm-hmm.
time,
Yes.
and it's pulled back tight so it will last. The
Mm-hmm.
beautician was like, I want it to last.
Yes.
All of that trauma to your hair follicle
Mm-hmm.
is causing a ripping of the hair
Wow.
out. So you can lose your hair all around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, with the weave, you can lose it here because they pull it so tight
Right.
to make it last
Mm-hmm.
and keep it flat.
That's why you got to be careful when you go to them braid shops all the time and
Yeah.
go to get these wigs and wear them all the time. That there's it's danger. My the When I go to my cousin's shop, um, Visions in
Mm-hmm.
Bowie. This is a plug for her. Visions Dominican Hair Salon. My cousin Shelly is the owner. When I go to the shop, they fuss at me because I always wear ponytails, but I have so much hair. Like I think that I think my hair is invincible because I have
Mm.
a lot of it. But they do get on me about wearing. I love to wear my hair pulled back. I do, especially in the summertime because my hair is really thick. And they do talk to me about it. Thankfully, to this point, I have not lost my hair, around the edges. And I keep saying I'm gonna stop.
Mm-hmm.
Pray for me.
But it wouldn't be so bad if, number one, it wasn't convenient. He didn't look cute with it.
Right. Thank you. All right.
Now, scarring alopecia and traction alopecia is the two conditions I suffer with.
Okay.
And I have been suffering with this condition for close to 15 years. And it got worse because I didn't know of any products that can help.
Mm-hmm.
I tried everything that came over the counter. It didn't help at all. And only thing I was doing was going to the wigs, not protecting my hair, getting weave still. Even though I was losing my hair, I had a weaveologist. She could work with the little bit of hair I had
Mm-hmm.
and sew some weave in
Oh
my
yeah, you
hair.
got some professionals out there.
It was amazing. And then I could go to this beautician I knew who could fix the weave up that you couldn't even tell that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have a whole head full of hair underneath
Right.
because of how tight it was on.
And that's not helping.
It
That's
didn't
not
help me
helping anything.
at all.
But desperate times calls for
Calls for
desperate measures, and a lot of women, because it really messes with our esteem. We that's what we do. We losing our hair, so we go buy some hair. We losing our hair instead of a solution. And the thing about it is, one of the things that my cousin said to me when I was telling her about these products, she asked me how much they cost.
Oh,
And she said, the reason why I'm asking, she says, because I see a whole lot of things that people advertise, oh, it'll do this and it'll do that. She said, then I see the price is $5. She said, and when I say, she said, if it really does everything that it said it's going to do, it's not going to cost just $5 to
right.
get it. And so, not that our prices are just, really, really high, but
Mm-hmm.
she said that it was just right for what it is that these products do. And so you have to be willing to make an investment.
Yes.
People will go to doctors and people will pay so much money for whatever the doctors say that they need. And in the majority of these cases, the stuff that the doctor is telling them will work, they don't work.
Right.
And we have living testimonies, proof that these products work. This is not something that somebody told us. This is stuff we tried and it worked for us.
Yes.
You're listening to a person who has alopecia, who suffers with alopecia, tell you that this stuff is helping her head, and people still won't invest unless a
No.
doctor says it works.
Right. Now, see, with the pre-lixer, because of my scarring alopecia,
Mm-hmm.
the pre-lixer was able to go in and exfoliate
Mm-hmm.
my scalp with the hydroxy
Right.
fruit acids that are found in this serum. And it was a gentle exfoliation.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have like breakouts from it. I didn't experience any type of discomfort whatsoever when using this product. And in the area where I had scarring alopecia, I began to grow hair.
Amen.
And I know that as I continue to use it, because there's different degrees of scarring.
Mm-hmm.
There's deeper scarring than others. So you really have to continue to use the product. I can't use it 30 days. I don't have my hair back. and then get frustrated. Like I went to see a trichologist, and she told me that because it's been 15 years, that I'm looking anywhere from a a year and a half to 2 years to totally get my hair back. Now
Mhm.
you have to understand, I have hair around the perimeter of my hair. Here was clean.
Mhm.
Now here I do have hair. Now can you still see my scalp? Yeah.
Mhm.
But where there was no hair,
Mhm.
you can now see hair. Where
Yes.
there was hair, there is that hair is thicker
Mhm.
and it's stronger. Now I'm not, before I went into hide mode, you remember, I
Yes.
would always wear wigs and nobody ever knew why I wore them, because I had, in my mind, I had to.
Yeah.
There was no style. I didn't have enough hair to comb over. I couldn't do a Donald. I mean,
Don't.
a Donald Trump. I could. I didn't have enough hair to do
Right.
that.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
there was. I can just do a cornrow all the way around, and the rest would have been out there.
Mhm.
But with the Flow products, now I can get my hair cut short, and I'm going tomorrow, and I'm going to have it all cut down again like I had it before.
Mhm.
I'm going to have it cut all the way down, and I'm going to start wearing my hair out
Mhm.
again, because it frees you up. You know, you. It's one thing about doing your hair and leaving
Yeah.
when you have to go. But it's another thing when you have to find a wig or a head wrap to match your outfit.
Right.
Then you got to have it. Then you got to tie it on and make sure it's right. And then as you're out, you got to keep retying it because it gets loose.
Mhm.
Do you know how many times I had to retie this during service?
Wow.
During service, I get up and go to the back, tie it, and come back out and sit down because it gets loose.
Wow.
Especially after praise and worship,
Oh. Oh
it has
yeah.
to be tightened.
Oh yeah. And that's got to be irritating.
It is
I
irritating.
mean, you
I
could
just want to
just.
praise and worship and then go on. But no, I
Right.
have to go and adjust, then come back out like nothing's
Mhm.
happened.
Right. Well, I didn't know that.
You
That was
see?
news to me. So, why don't you let everybody know what products you use?
Okay, what I had to first do, because I had a horrible diet and I knew that that was also contributing to my hair loss, and it wasn't, if it didn't make it, well, it wasn't helping the situation. So
Mhm.
what I had to do was completely detox. And what I did for 15 days was I took the detox tea. I know it said take about 14, but I added an extra day. And I would detox. Every night I would take this tea, and it had things in it, ingredients like peppermint and nettle and ginger and milk thistle, which is really good for cleaning out the digestive system. And it had chamomile, which would help relax me at night.
Mhm.
And I was able to really get a good night's sleep. And then during the day, I would drink the pretty in the morning. You know, instead of having coffee, I would have a cup of pretty with a little bit of honey.
Yes.
And I would, sometimes I don't like to drink my tea hot, so I will just brew it and let it cool down a little bit and drink it as an iced tea. Pour it over some ice. It was really good.
Mhm. This is good.
And then I also incorporated the grow on the go.
Mhm.
And I didn't drink this as often at first. Now I make this by the gallon. I get a gallon of distilled water and I put 16 scoops of this and I drink that for 2 or 3 days.
That's my go-to product right there. That's
Love it.
my favorite Flow product is the Grow on the Go.
And then topically, I would use the pre-elixir.
Mhm.
And I use this for about 4 days by itself. And what it's doing is exfoliating my scalp and prepping my scalp for the Grow Elixir. Now,
Mhm.
we call this the liquid gold.
Yes. Everybody loves
I
Grow
have
Elixir.
seen where this product has helped me and helped several people who were completely bald
Mhm.
start growing their hair back. And like I said, it doesn't come back in a week or 30 days or anything like that where you can just like wear it out.
Mhm.
But you will see the growth. I saw one client, she had, she looked so happy. You could see the hair coming back and it was so cute. It had like a little curl
Uh
to
huh.
it, you know, and just seeing it, just makes you gives you such encouragement
Yeah.
that this is not going to be a lifelong thing I have to deal with.
And it's also important that we let you know that these products are safe to use for children too.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you have little girls who, or little boys who hair just seems like it's at a standstill, or who hair won't grow, bald spots because you haven't been taking care of their hair. We not even gonna get into that, but yeah,
Mm-mm.
you can put some Grow Elixir on those bald spots in your kids' hair and those thinning spots, and they would love to drink this pink lemonade. You don't even have to tell them it's to help their hair grow. They're gonna drink it just because it tastes good. But one of our business partners, Labrie, she gives this to her daughter, and there's some pictures on both of our pages
Mm-hmm.
actually of her daughter. Her head was completely bald, and now she has braids in her hair. I
She's
have
too
another
cute.
client who her daughter had. She used to wear her hair shaved on one side,
Mm.
and she started drinking pink lemonade back in October, and drinking. She was drinking tea and pink lemonade, and she just sent me the pictures of her daughter, and her daughter had braids all over her hair
All
now
right.
just from drinking. When I said, oh wow, this is awesome, and she said, thanks to you and F.L.O.W products. And
Excuse
so
me.
when people send you testimonies like that and send you pictures and things like that, it really, really blesses you to
Yeah.
know that this is not just so that you can make some money, but this is really helping somebody's esteem. This
Yes.
is really helping somebody who thought that there was nothing they can do, where your hair might take 6 months to grow back. Start using this and see how fast your hair grows. So these are some amazing products, and I wouldn't just do any multi-level marketing business.
Right.
It has to be something worth my time and something that's going to be a blessing to somebody else. So thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, you're
Um,
welcome.
what I wanted to do was, since we had a few minutes left, I just wanted to ask the question, just shift gears a little bit, because we don't just have hair growth products, but we also have waist loss products.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, not weight loss, but waist loss. And that's where we get our slogan, thick hair, thin waist, because we're not just trying to grow your hair, we are trying to help us get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I put on my page, I said, can you pinch an inch or two or three? Or I can pinch a whole lot of inches, but I can pinch fewer inches now
Now, yeah.
because I have been flowing. And I started off with the detox. I started off taking for the first few days. I drank the tea, and I drank the pill. I didn't drink the pill, y'all. I swallowed the pill and I drank the tea. You do it for 15 days, and I drank the tea and I took the tablet for the first 3 days, and then I just went on to the tablet because it's really, really good. It's really, really strong, and so after a few days, I just went straight for the tablet. And like I said, I had lost 20 pounds. I had lost
Wow.
20 pounds just doing the detox. And after I finished with the detox, I moved to the milkshake and the wasteless patch. Now, in addition to this, I changed my diet, I changed my eating habits, and I go for it on the weekends, though. I'm not even gonna lie. I have my cheat days, and when I say go for it, I don't pull up to McDonald's drive-through and just get a Big Mac. No, I'm not going that hard, but I'll have my ice cream on the
Mm-hmm.
weekend or a donut on the weekend if that's what I want. Um, I'll treat myself on the weekend, but during the week, I really, really try to eat good and eat clean during the week. And so far, I've lost a total of 30 pounds now.
Wow.
Using
Yes.
the wasteless system, I use the patch, and that is something that you can't find anywhere else. Where else
No.
can you put a patch on that's going to help curb your appetite and help also get rid of the toxins that's in your body
Mm.
just by wearing the wasteless patch, and I wear my patch every day. I'll have a milkshake a lot of times for breakfast with a piece of fruit, or I'll put fruit in the milkshake, and that also helps with the waist loss. And I'm telling you that these products have been such a blessing to me. Oh, and I cannot forget the trimming lotion. The trimming lotion is what you put on your body to help rid the cellulite, get the cellulite off your body. And I'm telling you, I see my stomach smoothing out. I've been bragging to my children about making them look, making them look to see the difference. And also on Mother's Day, my daughter had bought me a dress for Mother's Day last year, and I could not fit the dress, and it was such a pretty dress. And I wanted the dress, but I couldn't wear the dress, and she wanted to take the dress back. And I said, you know what? Don't take the dress back. I'm going to get into this dress. Well, okay, so I didn't get into the dress last year. But this year, I started taking the wasteless products. I pulled the dress out this year for Mother's Day. And yes, I rocked that dress.
Yes, she did.
I wore that dress Sunday, and you
dress.
could not tell me I wasn't cute.
No, you couldn't.
I wouldn't have believed you anyway. If you had told me I wasn't looking cute in my dress on Mother's Day, I would not have believed you. And the fact that I lost the necessary pounds to get into it, and not because I said, you know what, let me get into this dress, so I need to diet real quick. No, but it was because I've already been taking these products. I've already changed my eating habits, and I was able to get into my dress on that Sunday, and yes, I thought I was cute.
Yes, you deserved it. You deserved it. You deserved it.
I
and
did.
You should have been proud of yourself.
I was very proud of myself.
She wore the dress well.
I'm going to tell you something. I put the dress on a couple days before, and I walked around to everybody in the house and made them look to see that I could get into the dress, because I'm going to tell you something. It was depressing somewhat last year when I put it on and I couldn't fit it because it was supposed to be my size. And so that let me know that I had gained some more weight because I couldn't fit it. But the fact that I could get into it, yeah, it really, really blessed me. But look, if we've said anything today that make you think that this is what you need, we know that this is what you need. But if you know that this is what you need, I want you to go to Newman F.L.O.W. Now, this is, if you're watching this live on my Facebook page, this is at the top of the video, newmanflow.myflowindustry.com, or you can give me a call right after this broadcast. The phone number is also at the top of the screen at 240-281-4287. In addition to that, we are looking for business partners. You can get started with this company for $49.
Yes.
And I don't know how many places you can start your own business with $49, but with this company, $49 will get you started. Hit us up. We want you to be our business partners, and we want you to get these awesome products so that your hair can start getting thicker and your waist can start getting thinner.
Amen.
So thank you everybody for tuning in today. It's always a pleasure being with you guys. Now join us next week. Next week we're going to be talking about genetic hair loss. So join us next week when we talk about that. A lot of people who suffer with genetic hair loss really believe that their hair can't grow back, but yes, it can. And so we're going to talk to you guys about that next week. Thank you for tuning in. Until next week, we will see you guys. Visit our website. Give us a call. Get your products. Call us for consultations. Whatever, we here.
Yep.
Right? All right. Until next week, thanks for tuning in, everybody.